Hello everyone, welcome back to Fix the Family, a production of Citadel Catholic Media. My name is Raylan Alamont and we are bringing you truth without compromise for the family. This is our blog edition and we're continuing on with Feminist Lies. So today we're going to go to Feminist Lie number 2. Now Feminist Lie number 2 is that feminists are for equality, and that's a lie. Feminists are for female dominance. We could see that. They're always pushing for positions of leadership, of wanting to control governments and control corporations and things. And so I asked my friend, a little over a month ago I started working on this one. I asked my friend Steve, hey Steve, appreciate your help. I asked him to go and do a little research for me. We had never had a woman president of the United States or vice president, so I asked him, how about governors and congressmen? I still call them congressmen in the U.S. House and Senate. So he comes back with these statistics. Governors, out of 50, we have 6 female governors right now. That's 12%. Out of our senators at the federal level, 17, or that's 17%. 75 of our 435 congressmen are female, that's 17%. So none of them any coming up to 20%. So that's not so good. So I said, well, let's look at business. How about Fortune 500 CEOs? He comes back and says 18 out of the 500. So that's 3.6%. And if we brought it out to 1,000, the Fortune 1000, that's 3.9%. So, and that's, with business, then you have affirmative action, you have quotas, and trying to, give women equal opportunity in these positions. So, even considering that, not even touching 5%. So, not so good. And we wonder, well, what's wrong? And it's not to say that women aren't capable of doing these things, it's just that they don't. There's a very few minority of women that are feminists, that are trying to get into these positions, and the rest, after they get a little taste of it, they realize it's not all it's cracked up to be. It's a lie. It's a lie. And most women want what's truly feminine. They want to be wives and mothers. And whenever they start to try to do both, they realize it doesn't work. And what they end up having to do is they end up with regret, wishing that they would have woken up sooner. So today, ironically, I get a message in my inbox on YouTube as a response or a comment. It wasn't even a comment, but it was logged as a comment on the Feminist Busted video. And Beloved Spring, thank you Beloved Spring, who I've never spoken to before, just says, read this article. And it's an article that recently came out on The Atlantic magazine. And a lady by the name of Anne-Marie Slaughter, who's a feminist, a professor at Princeton, very powerful position. And she's been having some family issues. And she writes an article that says, why women still can't have it all. Women having it all, that's Feminist Lie number 3. That's going to be coming up next. But back to this one. This is what her situation was. Well, she was on assignment in Washington, hobnobbing with Barack and Mrs. Obama. And she says, I sipped champagne, greeted foreign dignitaries, and mingled. But I could not stop thinking about my 14-year-old son, who had started 8th grade 3 weeks earlier and was already resuming would have become his pattern of skipping homework, disrupting classes, failing math, and tuning out any adult who tried to reach him. Over the summer, we had barely spoken to each other, or more accurately, he had barely spoken to me. Now, how would most mothers handle that? They would say, forget the job, let me worry about my family. Well, she returns from Washington back to Princeton, and she says, well, I haven't given up the career. I teach a full course load, write regular print and online columns and foreign policy, give 40 to 50 speeches a year, and appear on TV and radio, blah, 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 blah. So she recognizes that it's not working. And so her whole point is that, well, we need to change things, and we need to change things fast. So here's her situation and her proposed solution. I strongly believe still that women can have it all, but not today, not with the way America's economy and society are currently structured. My experiences over the past 3 years have forced me to confront some uncomfortable facts that need to be widely acknowledged and quickly changed. Now, Mrs. Slaughter, you're going to change everything in America's economy and society so that women can be in positions of power? Let's look at her solution. The best hope of improving the lot for all women is to elect a woman president and 50 women senators to ensure that women are equally represented in the ranks of corporate executives and judicial leaders. So what? So these government officials that are women are going to force corporations to have women as leaders? Is that what you're saying, Mrs. Slaughter? Only when women, listen to this terminology, only when women wield power. You see, they want power, they want control. In sufficient numbers will we create society that genuinely works for all women. The society's got to be structured to work for all women, according to Ms. Slaughter. And then this society is going to work for everybody. So everything's got to be structured around women in positions of power. No, really acting as men. See, this is the disordered agenda that feminists have, and most women aren't like that. This is just, but this feminist agenda is what is setting the education standards and principles for our daughters if we send them to government school. The job, the career is a job. The job for a man or a woman, principally should be the provider, the husband, should be at the service of the family. She's making things so that the job is at the family is at the service of the job. It's all disordered. And this is the truth about feminism. And it has its claws into our current government and our school system. We need to be aware of this and take back the reins and the power and the decisions over the educating and the formation of our own daughters. Come back next time for Feminist Lie number 3, Women Can Have It All, here at Fix the Family. My name is Raylan Alamo. God bless you. Oh, and by the way, click like and click share.